Great. First of all, can you bring us up to date with any injury news?
No doubt we'll have one or two injuries, I've no doubt about that, but like I say, we'll assess them this morning. As always, before training, we'll have a look at them. Anybody who needs a late fitness test, we'll give them. We'll give every player the opportunity, the chance to be ready for a game tomorrow. So I've not got anything to hand. I don't think I have any major concerns, but I do have one or two little niggles, one or two little issues that we need to give players one or maybe another day, 1 or 2 more hours.
There's a big debate on social media. Is this a derby or not? There's 120 odd miles between the two clubs. To me, if it looks like a derby, smells like a derby, it is a derby. What do you think?
Look, I don't do social media, so I wouldn't know what people are debating, but it's one we're certainly looking forward to. The juices get flowing, and when it comes to games like these, I think the fans was looking forward to it since the day the fixture list come out. So yeah, look, it'll be a very, very feisty, very intense game, and it'll be one that we're certainly looking forward to. If you want to call it a derby, call it a derby. If you want to call it local rivals, call it local rivals, or two clubs representing their country. Because I just hope it's a good spectacle, and I hope they represent Welsh football really well. Because at the end of the day, there's only 4 Welsh teams, and we're one of those 4, as is Wrexham is another one in the AFL, and that's a tremendous achievement. So look, let's represent our football club, ourselves, our football club, and let's try and represent Welsh football to the best of our ability tomorrow.
Clubs in 2 different situations, though, certainly financially, would you say?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, look, let's concentrate on the football. Let's not get involved in finances, because there wouldn't be a discussion. We're not on the same planet really when it comes to situations like that. The haves and the have-nots. We make the most of what we've got. We work hard. We coach. We breed success on the training ground. We work towards development. We're not as fortunate as other football clubs. Yeah, all of the things that other clubs have, there may be a pipe dream for us, but we work towards that. We work towards all the nice things that you can have in life, and we're working hard as it is, and hopefully we're taking baby steps towards creating and making something for us to be proud of here at Newport.
How would you say Wrexham are characterised around the division? You speak to other managers, you know what they think. Are they the powerhouse of League 2, would you say?
Oh, they'd certainly be one of them, yeah. They'd certainly be one of the powerhouses in League 2. League 2 has come a long way over the years. Certainly since I can recall playing in the division. It's come a real long way, and we were just having a discussion earlier off camera, the power of the January window last year as well, the landscape and how it changed, and the depths and the finances that clubs have, the strength that they have nowadays. So not just Wrexham, but there's a lot of clubs in League 2 who've financial power and financial strength. But like we said, it's about what you do with it, it's about how you manage it, it's about how you recruit with it, it's about a legacy. And look, let's not take anything away from those clubs. Fair play to them, and well done, and Wrexham would be one of those, yes.
Have you come across Phil Parkinson very often?
I have, yeah. I've had a few run-ins, battles with Phil. He's a top guy. Him and Steve Parkin, his assistant, they're really good guys. They know the game inside out. Lots and lots of experience. I'm sure they'll be looking forward to this game as well as us. But they're 2 really good lads, 2 really good footballing people.
What do you have to do to stop the top scorers in the division? You know, people talk about Paul Mullin all the time, but Ollie Palmer, Elliot Lee, I mean, they are a formidable attacking force, aren't they?
I don't talk about them all the time, so really it's if people want to talk about those, they're brilliant lads, brilliant players. Look, they deserve all the accolades that they get. But I'll talk about my lads, I talk about my players, and I don't really get embroiled in other clubs, other teams. What they have. They've been recruited, brought in for a reason, they're playing there for a reason, so fair play to them. But look, we have to just concentrate on ourselves. It's like we won't change, we won't rip up our blueprint, we won't go into this game any different than we go into every other game. And this is a big game. It's one that we want to win. It's one we want to give a good account of ourselves. And I'm pretty sure our players will handle the occasion. I'm pretty sure they'll turn up, and I'm pretty sure they'll give their best. They'll give their all. But if I'm talking about players, I'll be talking about my own players. I wouldn't be talking about other players, particularly opposition players.
Does that display against Stockport, is that the sort of display you are going to need to get anything at the racecourse?
Yeah, it probably is, yeah. You know, I think it'll be a hostile atmosphere, a hostile environment. So trying to get a decision on a normal day is nigh on impossible for us, for our football club. I just hope that we're talking about the game. I just hope we're talking about the quality, the product. I just hope we're talking about Welsh football, and we represent it really well. We represent the football club really well. I don't want to come away from the game talking about other things and sideshows and decisions, because that's happened far too many times. And it'll be a game tomorrow where it could just depend on decisions. So, like I say, there's two teams to this game tomorrow, not just one. I hope we get recognised. I hope we get our fair share of the decisions. I hope we get treated with respect and get treated the way we deserve to be treated. So yeah, the man in the middle might be an important player tomorrow.
Generally, it starts a really busy Christmas. How do you tackle that with your squad?
You just tackle it one day at a time. You go over this morning, you have a little look and see who's up, who's ready, who's fit and who's able. And like I say, we have been getting healthier, we have been getting better and fitter and that. But there's one or two lads who are on their way back as well. So that's helped us, as you've probably seen with results and performances over the last couple of weeks. Hopefully we can get another couple back and we can get stronger as the weeks go on. Christmas period is normally a tough period. It's relentless. So managing them off the pitch will be as important as managing them on the pitch. But like I said, this is the first one running into the Christmas period. We'll deal with the first one, and we'll move on after the game. We'll assess it after the game. But like I said, we take one game at a time, and this would be great. I love games like this. I love occasions like this. I love days like this, and I think this is what you're in football for: these type of games, these type of occasions, and it's one we're really looking forward to.
And last one, I was reading that once you cancelled the players' Christmas party. Is that true? And have they been allowed a Christmas party this year?
I don't think it's true. I don't think I don't think I cancelled the Christmas do. I think we were getting beat 2-0. I think if the incident is what you're alluding to, would be we were getting beat 2-0 one Saturday at home to Southend, if I remember rightly. And I lost the plot at half time, and I was cancelling Christmas. We were coming in on a Sunday morning and the whole shebang, and we went out and won the game 4-2. I came in the change room after the game and the lads were all quiet, and 2 seconds later they've all jumped up and gone, I got you. I didn't see the funny side in it at all, but they did get me because I 2-0 down at half time. I wasn't happy. But yeah, Christmas was off, but I need to defend myself here. I didn't cancel it. They still had their Christmas deal. They still had their night out. But yeah, we came close. Santi wasn't happy that year, to be fair. But listen, we were sitting fourth in League One, and I just thought I wanted to be top of League One. Fourth wasn't where I wanted to be. So I was trying to drive and push a dressing room forward, and they were a great bunch of lads. I'll never forget that day. Yeah, that was. The dressing room at half time was just wow. It was, let me say, I showed my teeth, I showed the whites of my eyes that day at half time. And a couple of the lads, you speak to the lads nowadays that you had in the change room, and they kind of remind you. They remind you of a few of the things that was said that went on at half time. But look, at the end of the day, we won the game, so the lads had the Christmas day.
In terms of that, so the logistics, will you get them in on Christmas Eve on Sunday, or to just run have a bit of a debrief, because that'll be the only chance you get before.
Oh, we'll be in Sunday. Yeah,
yeah.
we'll be in Sunday. We'll be in after Wrexham. We'll be in. Yeah, we'll definitely be in. In fact, there's probably only, if I looked at the Christmas calendar, if I go all the way up to probably Sutton on the 1st of, I think there's only 2 days. I think a day or two, 1 or 2 days. I think, if I recall correctly, that the lads are not in. So, and at the end of the day, there is a human being element to this as well. They do have families. They are human beings. They do have kids, and their wives, their parents might be off work as well. So they will want to see their kids, their sons. So yeah, you have to be aware of that. And coming in every day, some say healthy, some say it's not healthy. Getting away, refreshing your mindset, your mentality, getting away for a day or two might be appreciated. So there is a balance. There is a fine balance. We're not slave drivers. We ain't going to hammer the lads, but they'll be in because there's some big games and there's some important points to be played for over Christmas.
Must be you and Joe, your experience. You've just got to target a few things between games. You can't bombard them, can you? It's counterproductive.
I think it goes back to what we were saying earlier on. I think it's one game at a time. You can't start jumping too far ahead or looking too far. We've got a lot of games coming up, so we got to look at one game at a time. We got to deal with each situation, each moment as it comes. But yeah, it has to be. I don't think it's just us. I think every club, every team will deal with things one game at a time. Yes, given the size of our squad and things like that, it will take managing, it will take looking after. But yeah, listen, it's a brilliant period as well. Christmas is great. I love Christmas. I love the games coming thick and fast. And I think I've said this back in September, October, November. I think the players probably enjoy the games when they come thick and fast rather than listening to me on the training ground. So yeah, it's there to be enjoyed. It's a period of the year. It's this festive season that unfortunately footballers don't really get to enjoy as much as the rest of the country.
You mentioned about tomorrow representing the club. They're also representing sort of your principles that you've had since you've been here, aren't they? That's the key part there. That's going to be sort of hard-working, really aggressive pressing. That's going to be needed.
We'll need all our characteristics. We'll need all everything that's good about us will have to come out tomorrow in these type of games. I've played in many games myself, Sheffield derbies, and the build-up, the publicity that the city. I know that's a two-club city in Sheffield, but that was just intense. It's not quite as intense given the distance between the two clubs here, but it's still, rivalry doesn't change. Call it local derby if we wish, if we want, whatever way we look at it, it don't change. You want to win football matches, and tomorrow is no different. The fans have got a little bit of between themselves, the two sets of fans, whatever that is, whether it's history, whether it's rivalry, who knows. But both sets of players, both clubs will want to win the game tomorrow, and it really boils down to who wants it more.
And given the hostile atmosphere, how much will you lean on the likes of Ryan Delaney, Scott Bennett, Bryn Morris, Omar Bogle, senior players, because you've got that gap between the seniors who've been there, done it, and Lewis Payne, Seth Palmolden, who just haven't.
Yeah, there's some young lads. There's some young lads in there, and again, I think when you go into these big games, it's about focus. It's about showing that composure in the red hot moments, because there will be stages in the game tomorrow where it will be red hot, it will be feisty, and you'll have to bring that composure to yourself and to your team. I suppose the benches as well. I get embroiled in these games. I love these games. I love the rivalry and the hostility. I love all that. That's right up our street. But when you're on the pitch, it's when the bigger the crowd, I don't think you hear anything. I think you just you block it out, and you just concentrate on your next action. You just concentrate on possibly the first thing you do in the game, making it a positive. And you try and ease your way into the games, because there is games that I have played in them myself whereby the game is just goes beyond you, goes past you before you even you can get settled in. So yeah, managing the game, managing momentum, managing yourself, bringing that composure in that intense atmosphere, they'll be key elements. They'll be key. But at the end of the day, it's a game of football. It's two great clubs going head to head, two sets of players, 11v11, and we're looking forward to it. We are looking forward to it, to be honest.